sound to make sure everything's okay. And I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. Um, been an interesting week for me this week, but I was able to get so much done. I'm very proud of myself. Got through everything. Got some approvals on stuff, which was happy about. Something I was told I had to pay for today, I didn't have to pay for. I saved myself $250. So today's a good day. So we're going to check our sound and make sure everything's okay. I hope everyone's having a blessed week. I am. I am proud of myself and doing what I got to do to take care of what I got to take care of. So allow me a moment to check my sound. Then we're going to play the disclaimer. Make sure everyone can hear me okay. Make Okay, I sound beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get to what's being talked about. But yeah, just allow me a moment to put everything in, to check everything. Come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bells. We're going to talk about a lot of people are responding. A lot of people are responding. And, you know, a lot of women are feeling extremely sad for Cassie that she did break away, and then they're saying that she went back, and who knows why or if. Okay, I hope everyone's having a blessed week. I am. Let me turn that down. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of statements that's being made. It normally takes people like 1 or 2 minutes to come in. I gotta take my sunglasses off my head. I'm literally just when I'm walking in the door. And I was actually at an appointment. I almost did a video in my car, and I was like, no, I'll just wait till I get home. I'll just wait till I get home. But let's go ahead and do this disclaimer. As you see what's going on in regards to Diddy's mule, I probably won't play the video, but you can read what's basically happening. His mule is being reported that he has set a plea deal and he is going to avoid jail time. And many people are kind of like, that's interesting. But many people don't want to take a fall or go to jail for somebody anyway. So thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please share if you care. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what's on Instagram, what's on Twitter, what's going on in the news around the world. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused. Okay, so first we're going to report in regards to, it's been reported this week or late last week that Diddy's mule will not be facing jail time. And many people are like, well, most cultures aren't going to take a fall for another culture. Let's talk about that first. Remember how there was the raid? Remember how his mule had items on him? And I'm surprised now, is it just me? How is it that everybody didn't get caught? Normally, if you're in a car, right, don't everybody go to jail? Because we got to figure out whose it is. So even though he was with the group, he was the only one that was charged. Why didn't everybody get pulled and questioned? And that in itself. So anybody that's no legal, let me know. If he's the only one that's possessing it, how is it that everybody didn't get in trouble? And this is the biggest thing too. It's been reported that he has people alleged carrying his items so he doesn't get in trouble. So people have to be really careful in regards to, you're possibly taking the fall for somebody else. You really got to pay attention. Somebody doesn't want to possess what you're possessing for them because they don't want to legally get in trouble, but they want you to get legally in trouble and you could possibly go to jail. Really think about the company that you keep. So I'm sure his family is probably furious and angry. It's like, why would you get yourself in this position? But I'm wondering if his family even knew that he was working for Diddy
And he probably just was like, yeah, I'm traveling the world. I'm sitting in. I'm wondering, what did he tell his family? Because you got to remember, this gentleman was a decent basketball player back in the day for college. And, he is his relationship. But even in the lawsuit, many people talk about, it was stated that people sometimes are expected to carry things for him so he does not fall into. Now, some are saying, if he is working with different agencies, how didn't he get in trouble for that? And we're also going to talk about, it's being reported that even though the situationship, the concern that happened with Cassie, I have to watch the words I say, he won't be charged for it. And why won't he be charged? He will not be charged because the statute of limitation ran out. There was a letter that was posted. Many people are saying, put him in jail, put Diddy in jail. It's time for him to go to jail. How many more videos are we gonna get? You guys are basically telling us what's going on. If there's a jury selection, people are gonna say and see what's transpired. Is now, you have to remember, it's being reported that CNN released the video, and it was being reported that Diddy paid to get this tape. So it must have been in his possession. And then, whenever there was the raid, somebody released it. And it's too, because I think many people are sick of people saying there's no proof. There's no proof of how the relationship went. We wasn't in the rooms with them. We wasn't a part of their relationship. Now a lot of people are apologizing to Cassie of what she went through. Some of the guys, they're furious. Some of the guys are furious, saying we need to meet up. And as they are wondering, where was Cassie's uncles, brothers, and if they're frustrated, sometimes women will try and protect their family members away from a guy. But there are a lot of guys in the streets angry. They are angry. Some of the pages, as soon as I hit the button, they were like, dude, we need to meet up. We need to have a boxing match. You wrong. You are no good. And then you got to remember, her husband spoke out, I want to say 2 or 3 hours after the tape was released. And he was like, basically, if you're putting your hands on women, you're not a man. And if you're sitting back and watching him put hands on a woman, you're not a man. Because many people are saying, why is it that the bodyguards didn't do anything? And why isn't the police not doing anything? And they were trying to say the date of this taping. A few days later, they actually had to go to an event. And some people probably noticed the bruises. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a video regarding that. There's certain stuff I won't play. I'll just kind of tell you what I've been seeing. But yeah, there's basically saying that they were there to go to an event, and the bruises was noticeable. And some are saying that after he had did whatever he did, I think there was an eye situation. She might have got hit in the eye. Have to watch certain words, that she was fed up. So I don't know how he ended up in a towel and she was clothed. And then it looked as if in the video she was trying to put her shoes on. And then, of course, he comes running out because, of course, he probably wanted her to be at the event with him to maybe make him look good. And if she would have left, he would have been trying to figure out where she's at. But where was the security then? Even then, why wasn't there security outside that door? You understand what I'm saying? And then it looked in the video that he was maybe sitting in like in a lobby area, and he had threw something else at her. Oh, many people are frustrated that they're stating that the statute of limitations ran out because this video was in 2016, and they're basically trying to say the statute of limitations ran out. So I think anybody that's had, and maybe that's why they're looking through the tapes, anybody that's had current situations that's not 3 years old is current, 2020. So 2021, 22, and 24. Maybe they're combing through some of those videos to see what happened and when it happened, and if they need to pull those women to testify. What was your experience? This is so and so, you're in this video. How do you feel? What's going to happen? Do you want to press charges? Maybe that's what's taking so long. But you better believe Homeland Security is not going to rush for media or anybody else. They're going to present their case, the videos being one. I'm sure talking with this mule, he's not going to get any jail time, but who knows if he's going to snitch and take the stand. And if any of Cassie's friends will speak out, what they experienced and what they saw. Cassie's friend Tiffany, I saw a video, and I'm going to play this video, so stay tuned for that. Cassie's friend Tiffany had actually did an interview, and you could tell, I think she was recording it from her interview, and she was recording it from a TV, so I'm going to play that. So hang in with me on that. Um, but yeah, and then Tiffany did another video, and that was looked like that was from home. And people are questioning Tiffany, well, why didn't you step up and do more? And it's like these guys can't even speak their minds. These guys don't even have protection from the police and other agencies. What are two women going to do? And she's like, y'all need to stop painting a finger at us and look at what this man has done to his ex girlfriend. And I need everybody to take a step back and think about what was done, the injuries, the mind games, the all that. And I need some of the, and I think even Peter Thomas even has something to say. Why is he even responding? I might play that clip, but yeah, why is Peter even saying something? It's interesting. I told y'all, Real Housewives of Atlanta people, they look for stuff to add their names to get clickbait. Why is Peter talking? Shouldn't Peter Thomas be focusing on him and his restaurants and the lawsuits he's got going on? But I get it. Some of these men want to speak up, basically to show support for Cassie, and they're mad. A lot of these men are mad. So we're going to listen to this news clip. I just saw this. We're going to listen to what they had to say. Is it past 10 minutes? Yeah.
What stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Wagmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning.
She's
And
barefoot
it's
in the
like she was
beginning.
so quickly running out of the room
She's
to
run out the
get
room.
to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet. I mean, that's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that. The fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself. I mean, you worked closely with him. I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him.
So there's an assistant that's doing an interview, and she said she was there from 2008 to 2009. Let's continue to keep listening.
Closely with him. I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him. And what was he like? And what did you observe about them at this time? I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. Um, I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. Why not? Oh, it's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say that it's women's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career,
So she's saying she didn't see anything. But did you ever hear him be disrespectful to her, downgrade her, shame her, put her down? That's I need her to talk about that. Ex assistant is speaking out. If you
even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. Why not? It's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right?
So she's saying she's not surprised though.
But I would say that it's women's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But
but I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean, that's right, he's a mogul, so of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life.
Please like the video as you guys come in. Please like the video as you come in. This is Diddy's ex-assistant. She did give the time frame of when she worked for him. Let's continue. But please like the video. Please comment how you feel about what's going on with Diddy and Cassie.
But I would say that it's woman's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean, that's right, he's a mogul, so of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life, and especially his relationships.
Yeah, because I mean, she was 19, I believe, and he was 37 when they first began dating.
Right. So imagine how that would be, and then he's rich, and not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music. She really was an artist, is an artist, and now all of a sudden she's with somebody who could make that happen for her, and it doesn't happen.
So it wasn't anything specific. You got a strange, uncomfortable feeling from him.
I mean, I think it's more to do with the way that he treated people. Again, nobody was mistreated that I saw. I didn't feel mistreated, but it was very clear to me. Again, this is intuition, right? This is what we pick up as women and humans who are smart and have been around. He just didn't see your humanity when he looked at you. It felt very obvious to me that everyone was just sort of there to be used, that he can get the most out of you. You know, for example, I went to go work for him. I'm a pretty senior person. It was sort of an odd thing. I have a fancy master's degree, whatever, who cares? But it was, he wanted to get me for as cheaply as he could, and most people would just dive in and take it, right? Because you think that you're going to get something by working for him.
I mean, when I watched it, what stood out.
So we're about to listen to it again, and then she's going to tell us how long she worked for Diddy and what she saw. She was basically her own experience of him trying to get a cheaper price for her working for him. Okay. But you would be a good witness of if he ever shamed her, talked down to her, wanted her to grab something because he didn't want to get up. If you're that close, you saw something. Because we saw how he treated the people for making the band. We saw how he treated Lori Ann. So is there a switch? I'm just trying to figure out. But let's continue because I want to play that again so we can hear when she started.
I mean, when I watched it, what stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Wagmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning, and it's like she was so quickly running out of the room to get to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet.
I mean, that's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
I mean, you worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009.
2008 and 2009, and she saw nothing.
Didn't put her shoes on yet.
I mean, that's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
I mean, you worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him.
And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time?
I observed nothing that would
She saw nothing. But his ex security guards are saying they saw stuff. One of his ex security guards, while working with Diddy and Cassie, he said he did things and he turned his head because he had a family to provide for. What? Do you have children? And if you do have children, would you want your daughter to go through a situation and you do nothing? Sorry, what's going on here? So is she trying to do this interview so she's not called into question?
Good. So I can only imagine looking at that. The fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
I mean, you worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him.
And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time?
I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised.
Why not?
You know, it's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say,
You see how she said nobody's going to call her to testify? How you know that? You're doing this interview. You was his ex-assistant.
tuition. I would say
Let me go back.
there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised.
Why not?
You know, it's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say
That's interesting.
it's women's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power, and I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that, and I mean, that's right, he's a mogul, so of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life, and especially his relationships.
Yeah, because I mean, she was 19, I believe, and he was 37 when they first began dating.
Right.
19 and
So imagine how
37.
that would be, and then he's rich, and not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music.
She wanted to make music. Like the video, you guys, as you come in. Please like the video as you guys come in.
And then he's rich, and not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music. She really was an artist, is an artist. And now all of a sudden, she's with somebody who could make that happen for her, and it doesn't happen.
So it wasn't anything specific. You got a strange, uncomfortable feeling from him.
I mean, I think it's more to do with
If you're just not coming in, this is Diddy's ex-assistant speaking out in an interview, and I'm seeing this video from like Neighborhood Talk.
Right. So imagine how that would be, and then he's rich, and not only is he rich, but he controls your career. And all you want in your career, right, is she's an artist. She wants to make music. She really was an artist, is an artist, and now all of a sudden, she's with somebody who could make that happen for her, and it doesn't happen.
So it wasn't anything specific. You got a strange, uncomfortable feeling from him.
I mean, I think it's more to do with the way that he treated people. Again, nobody was mistreated that I saw. I didn't feel mistreated, but it was very clear to me. Again, this is intuition, right? This is what we pick up as women and humans who are smart and have been around. He just didn't see your humanity when he looked at you. It felt very obvious to me that everyone was just sort of there to be used, that he can get the most out of you.
So people could be there to be used so he could get the most out of you. your knowledge, your experience, anything he could try to gain from having you around. Like the video as you guys come in, please. Like the video as you guys come in. Let's continue to listen. And then we're going to go to Peter Thomas's clip.
I think it's more to do with the way that he treated people. Again, nobody was mistreated that I saw. I didn't feel mistreated, but it was very clear to me. Again, this is intuition, right? This is what we pick up as women and humans who are smart and have been around. He just didn't see your humanity when he looked at you. It felt very obvious to me that everyone was just sort of there to be used, that he can get the most out of you. You know, for example, I went to go work for him. I'm a pretty senior person. It was sort of an odd thing. I have a fancy master's degree, whatever, who cares? But it was, you know, he wanted to get me for as cheaply as he could. And most people would just dive in and take it, right? Because you think that you're going to get something by working for him.
So that's his ex-assistant. We're going to listen to what Peter Thomas had to say. He did a video, and then there's another guy that actually apologized to Cassie. Hold on, let me save this because actually, whenever we do videos, y'all, there's always so much behind the scenes that if we see something, we got to save it. Let's listen to what Perez Hilton had to say. Let me go back because there's something else I need to save. Hold on.
Seen horrific video, surveillance footage of Diddy punching, kicking, throwing things at Cassie and attacking her repeatedly. You are asking yourself, after watching that hotel surveillance footage from 2016, why had it not come out until now? According to Cassie, the victim in that footage, in the lawsuit that she filed last year against Diddy, she claims that Diddy paid the hotel to get that footage.
Now, he paid the hotel to get that footage. So she could have actually done something. But he had paid somebody to get the footage because she actually could have had him jailed.
Against Diddy, she claims that Diddy paid the hotel to get that footage, gave them $50,000, and problem solved. He was in possession of that footage. What I believe happened is, in the recent raid of Diddy's multiple properties, the government came into possession of that, and the government, somebody there leaked it because.
And many people are saying that they think that it was a leak from the raid. Let's continue because if he paid to get it, he might have still had it in his possession. So he might be sweating because he knows what he has. He knows what he has in the safe. He knows what he has saved. But this is the biggest thing. So now when people look at his Mr. Love, they're now going to give him side eye, and it's sad because his children are also going to get side eye because of who their father is. What did the children see? What did the housekeeper see? The assistant said she was wondering, but now she's trying to say she didn't see nothing. So it's not like they're going to ask her to testify. How you know? You should be on the stand. You were his ex-assistant. You were around the time with Diddy and Cassie. But you got to remember, too, there's still the little Rod case. Let's continue.
I believe happened is, in the recent raid of Diddy's multiple properties, the government came into possession of that, and the government, somebody there leaked it because Team Diddy had that until now, paid $50,000 for it, and everybody at that hotel in Los Angeles responsible for this should be held criminally responsible, because if they saw an act of violence, a crime being committed, they had an obligation to report that, and they didn't.
Yep.
Shame on them.
Yep.
Shame on them. If you've seen that horrific video,
Okay. So, yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Can she really actually do something in regards to the hotel for it being sold? And she might have tried to do something, but she could not do anything because it was sold. Hold on one second. Give me a second. I'm seeing stuff that I need to say for later. Okay, let's get to what Jason Lee had to say about Diddy.
I don't have a friendship with Diddy. He's not my friend. We don't hang out. We've texted a few times. I was on his network. I've been to many of his house parties. Musically, he's inspired the world for years. As a human being, he's had lots of conflict. There's always been these stories about Diddy being evil. I've heard he was the devil. I heard he was evil. He even once threatened me. But I don't know if it was the Daily or some rock or if the
And see, Jason Lee, he said, he was a part of his network. He's now no longer. And I think he's been separated from Diddy's team and network for about a year now.
but I don't know if it was the Daily or some rock or if it just felt itself. But I was taking a picture in his house and he walked to me and said, "Don't you ever fucking try me. I'm letting you know right now. I'm a different type." I said, "Do you want to get in the picture or not? Because I'm drunk, you drunk, and I ain't about to do this with you." Yeah, he got in the picture, took the picture, and said, "What you mean? Get your crazy Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde ass out of here." But every text was always love. It was always cool. It was always nice to me. I'm not saying Diddy did it. I'm not saying that Diddy didn't do it. And I'm not going to say, no, Diddy, that's the whole joke online right now. But when you look at it, we cannibalize our own more than they do. I don't have a friendship with Diddy. He's not my friend. We don't hang out. We text a few times.
Okay, I'm just now seeing your comment in regards to women who hit men aren't women. We're talking about what Diddy did to Cassie. We're not talking about another situation. I did say that though in the early part of the video, but we're focusing on what he did to this beautiful woman, and it's concerning. My page, I don't get distracted easy. I focus on what the issue is, and he's the issue, okay? He is the issue. Suppose Mr. Love. How many times did he change his name? Diddy, Sean Combs, to Mr. Love? No. And then he gets on a stage, an award ceremony place, and basically tries to, as Carisha's holding up a sign, thanks Cassie, knowing what he did to her. And some women are threatened to stay. We don't know what he said to her to stay. I wish somebody would. Be careful of my comments. I don't play that. We're talking about him and what he did to her. And it's all in itself is concerning. Did you not realize it was also reported that Kim Porter went through a situation, and then they're saying there might be a Kim Porter tape. I haven't seen that yet. Like I said, I just got home. There might be a Kim Porter tape that might be released, or if it hasn't already been released, I'm just now getting home. But we already heard that Kim Porter was protecting herself when they were together, and she slit his wrist, and he had to go to the hospital. And that's when security showed up. That's when security showed up. So Kim Porter didn't play. She took items. Stephen A. Smith made a comment. He's basically saying he covers sports.
Remember Ray Rice? Remember what happened? Like 2014 when his girl was in the elevator and she either shoved him or hit him, and then he jet left hooked her and hit her and knocked her face into the bar inside the elevator.
I remember that.
She hit her head to it, and then she laid on the floor unconscious in the elevator, straight up knocked out. And then after that, he didn't even pick her up, and he dragged her out of the elevator.
Let me know in the comments if y'all remember that.
Allegedly, supposedly, presumably, seemingly, whatever word's appropriate, when Sean P. Diddy comes. This is worse. We saw those videos. We saw the video from Atlantic City with Ray Rice years ago. We saw that many times over. We saw the collateral impact it had on the NFL, the world of sports, and beyond, because it heightened a level of sensitivity towards domestic violence and showed that level of awareness to such a degree that it permeates our thoughts and our minds, hearts to this day and age. In this day.
Please like the video, you guys, as you come in. Please like the video as you guys come in. Everyone knows a lot of videos have to be stopped, played, and we got to give commentary in between. Let's continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is worse. I'm looking at the video again. This is worse.
Like I said, this is Stephen A. Smith.
Cassie Ventura, one day after she had filed a suit against him. One day. No wonder you've heard about so many different allegations when his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. This is bad. This is so bad it's hard to put into words. I don't know how P. Diddy recovers from this. I don't know if he can. The only way is if it's proven that that video, that's not him.
And that's not the case. Many people are saying this is the end of. Some are saying Diddy's done. Some are saying lock him up. Some are saying why isn't he locked up? Is there no other tapes of any concerns that was happening with not just Cassie, other people? I mean, many people are going to want, if there's situations within the last 3 years, what else will be released, if anything? If anything, let's continue with the video.
Allegations when his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. This is bad. This is so bad it's hard to put into words. I don't know how P. Diddy recovers from this. I don't know if he can. The only way is if it's proven that that video, that's not him. That's not him. This is the only way. There's no other way. There's no other way. No wonder we haven't seen him. And gentlemen, I cover sports.
And some will say what will transpire in the next year. Some are saying what's going to transpire, and y'all can figure that out. Okay, let's listen into what Peter Thomas has to say. I'm making this all one video because, let's listen to what Peter Thomas had to say. Many men are upset. They're angry. They're angry.
I heard a video I posted there of what we also puffed into Cassie in that hotel. I heard you all kind of comments. I really usually don't read the comments. I just say what I say and I keep it moving. All right, from what I saw today, it was deplorable. It was whack. It was weak. It was horrible. I never want to see any man treat any woman like that. I don't care what the circumstances are. That should never happen. Okay. It hurt me. I can't unsee it. I look at him different. I've never seen that side of him. But I see it myself. 3 days ago when I'm standing with him and said y'all are dragging him and y'all just want to lynch a black man. Okay, and I hope.
See, remember how I said some of these men were trying to say we don't have proof, we don't have proof? And what y'all doing to a man and how y'all treating him and he hasn't been charged. Now a lot of these men are speaking up and speaking out because now we have proof. Y'all can't act like we don't see the proof.
I'm standing with him and said y'all are dragging him and y'all just want to lynch a black man. Okay, and I hope he's not that stupid to blah 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 blah. I meant it. Okay. 3 days later, I see the tape myself. I think he's weak. I think he's out of control. I think if I'm worth that much, okay, all right, the woman want to go, I'll just let her go. Okay, I'm not gonna beat nobody and stomp on nobody and kick anybody in the face. That's a deep hatred and rage and all of that shit that was out of control, and that shit was whack. Okay, God is God. All right. So 8 years ago, what God did, it came out. All right, it came out. Whatever is kept in the dark is gonna come to light.
8 years ago, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, it was 8 years. And they're saying the statute of limitations is 3 years. Let's continue.
And stomp on nobody and kick anybody in the face. That's a deep hatred and rage and all of that shit that was out of control. And that shit was whack. Okay? God is God. Alright? So 8 years ago, look what God did. It came out. Alright? Came out. Whatever is kept in the dark is gonna come to light. Okay? Alright? But what I don't know, I don't know. What I know, what I saw with my two eyes today, I condemn that shit. I got two girls and 7 sisters. I would never want to see or hear that anybody do anything like that to any woman, not just my two girls or my sisters. I don't want to see anybody do that to any woman. I don't care what.
Exactly. And some of these women are sitting next to their man and it's like, you just did that to me last week. You just did that to me yesterday. You just, some of these men are quite questioning, am I on tape anywhere? Hey, baby, I'm sorry if everything I've done. I'm hoping a lot of men will stop, think about what's going on, and not put their hands on women. Let's continue with the video.
Or my sisters. I don't want to see anybody do that to any woman. I don't care what fucking race they are. I don't want to see no man do that to any woman, period. And I'm standing on that. Just like I stand 4 days ago when I didn't see the evidence, but all you guys want to lynch somebody. I said, yo, slow down. Y'all too hasty to lynch a person without knowing all the facts. All right? The facts came out today. So now today,
The facts came out today. So that's what he said.
y'all too hasty to lynch a person without knowing all the facts. All right? The facts came out today. So now today we could make some accurate, okay, all right, statement of what we saw. And what we saw was fucked up. And Puff on some real shit that was weak as fuck, my nigga. Okay? All right? And I'm glad it came out. I'm glad it happened. Okay? Because you have 3 sons and 4 daughters. Okay? And your son is learning from that shit today. It's gonna be harsh. You can't even come outside. Nobody, black, white, purple, green, I don't give a fuck what planet you're on. Nobody's gonna ever see you the same after they saw that video today.
And like I told y'all, when you're a parent and you don't want to do nothing that's going to embarrass yourself, your your children's careers, your children's friendships. As a parent, you got to be careful. Like I said, what did the kids see? What did the kids notice? What did the kids hear? Cassie was around those children for a long time. What did the other women experience? Kim, Mika, the new baby mama, the one that he has a beautiful younger daughter. Oh my God. Many friendships they're separating themselves because of what he did.
Green, I don't give a fuck what planet you're on. Nobody's gonna ever see you the same after they saw that video today. And you have 4 daughters, and I hope to God that they never experience anything like what you put another parents through, seeing how you treat that girl. That was fucked up. And I'm standing on that.
So I'm glad I played all of it. I almost didn't play the end, but I'm kind of glad I did. That was Peter Thomas. Before that, that was Stephen A. Smith. There was a gentleman that actually apologized to Cassie. And let me find that video. It was a shade room, and it was yesterday. There was a gentleman that apologized because he was like kind of the same. I think the men that spoke out months ago, it's like we don't have proof, we don't have proof. A lot of them are trying to speak up and almost try and clear their name. Let me see. Where's that? I guess Angela. Oh, yeah. What's his name? Slim Thug has comments about it. Let's listen to what Slim Thug had to say.
Didn't want to get the police involved. Isn't that what you represent?
She got her bag and everything's good. It's not good. You still deal with trauma.
and everything good now. She fixed, everybody happy now, right?
No.
Let me see. I'm gonna read what you had to say. I really don't want to talk to you. You ain't got no face. Then you know how much strength it takes to survive. Live through.
Yeah, many people are saying, do you know what it takes to survive and go through what they have to go through?
But I do know that it is scammers out here that just try to grab money from people. That's what I'm speaking of. Okay? All the people, maybe she didn't want to get the police involved. Isn't that what you represent? All the people who really was abused and how your life was as a victim was hard. I have sympathy. Now you should call the police and shouldn't wait. If, you know you shouldn't be just sitting around. You shouldn't be trying to sue them up. You should just get the abuser locked up so it don't happen to nobody else. All the people who really was abused and how your life was as a victim was hard. I have sympathy. Now you should call the police and shouldn't wait. If, you know you shouldn't be just sitting around. You shouldn't be trying to sue them up. You should coming back and getting Bill Cosby.
And this is the other video he did a month ago.
I don't believe in it, man. You go down, speak on that right then, or it's out of it. It should be null and void. You shouldn't even have no type of nothing. You shouldn't be able to do shit unless you let the people know what happened immediately. There should be a time limit on it. What happened was you was trying, you got around them up, stand up on love. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what always happened, right? You was a billionaire with all this bread all this time.
So that was some thug a few months ago. I'm not gonna play that whole clip because I'm disgusted. But we did talk about generally in regards to Aubrey O'Day spoke out. They're saying that time has passed. Um, Candace Owens says Diddy is not in jail because he is a part of the services. She's stating this is what Candace's words are, not mine. All comments are alleged. This is her opinion. Candace Owens feels that he's not in jail because she feels that he is an FBI or a CIA. And then she's basically saying Kanye tried to tell us. I mean, Kanye said a lot. Kanye said a lot about Diddy. Kanye said a lot about Jay-Z. Whether it's true or false, I can't confirm or deny because I've never seen no paperwork that he's an FBI agent or a CIA. But many people are questioning, you know, um, who was a part of that and why hasn't he ever been in jail for anything he's done. I'm gonna try and pull up the Tiffany Red interview. I actually have it on this phone, but I don't want to get flagged. So hold on. Let me see if I can find the Tiffany Red another way. Let me see if she spoke out with Baller Alert. But yeah, in regards to Cassie's friend, Tiffany spoke out, and Tiffany was basically saying, "You guys are in my inbox, and people are going in her inbox." This is another thing that just popped up. I'm telling y'all, as I am on live, I am seeing stuff. A list of celebrities who have been supportive of Diddy recently goes viral. Now it's probably being questioned. And the reason why they put that out is because will those people speak out now and say something? Will they? And I don't know if we've heard from Stevie J over the last they're showing the videos of her bruises. Now, if it was from that night or a different night, the actual bruises are showing. That's from page 6. I'm trying to tell y'all where I'm finding stuff as I'm saving stuff for another video. But yeah, I'm going to try and pull up Tiffany's video of people are trying to come after Tiffany in regards to she was your friend. She was your friend. Why didn't you do more? Well, some of these guys aren't even able to do anything. And I said that before. Some of these men aren't even able to say anything, protect themselves, or, they almost find a hard time going to the law. So what are you expecting two women to do? That's the thing. It's interesting how people try and change it or point the finger at somebody else of what they should have did. What, you weren't in the situation. And that's the biggest thing. What are you going to do now? How are you going to assist now? Are you going to speak up now? What will you do now? Okay, so Tiffany is Cassie's friend, and she spoke out. I'm gonna check the shade room again to see if it popped up on the shade room. That's his assistant. We just play that. As you guys come in, please like the video as you come in. Please like the video as you guys come in. And maybe I'll do a later video regarding that. But I'm going to go ahead and play this clip again in regards to the ex assistant.
Stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Barmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning, and it's like she was so quickly running out of the room to get to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet. I mean, that's terror. That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt. She had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself. I mean, you worked closely with him. I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009.
This is his ex assistant from 2008, 2009. Just in case you guys are coming in and you're catching the tail end of the video, this is his ex assistant speaking out.
That she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself. I mean, you worked closely with him. I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009, and they were dating when I worked for him. And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time? I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. Why not?
But she wasn't surprised.
Or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. Why not? You know, it's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify.
You don't have no facts, and you don't think nobody's going to call you to testify? Why do you think that nobody's going to call you to testify? You're doing an interview.
I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. Why not? You know, it's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say that it's women's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power, and I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. I mean, that's right, he's a mogul, so of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interaction, imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life, and especially his relationships. I mean, you know, when I watched it, what stood out to me initially after Elizabeth Barmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning, and it's like she was so quick.
And so this is the comment in regards to LA County DA explains why they cannot prosecute Diddy after the heartbreaking video shown as he did what he did. Many people are saying they can't do anything because the statute of limitations has ran out. Sad but true. Sad but true. But are they trying to find other people if there's other people that had concerns or issues. But thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share if you care. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Be around people that's, you know, if there's an issue, have a friend around. If there's a situationship where you need to record, check your state to make sure you can record. If you ever feel that something's going to go left, definitely contact, the police and get assistance or help any way that you can. Be safe, ladies. Call your girlfriends, call your mothers, call your aunts, check with your daughters, let them know. It's okay to say no. It's okay not to be around somebody that may, have issues. One minute they're okay, but next minute they're not. Many guys are scared that women will speak out. Many men are scared right now. When that video came out, if there's guys that's doing similar things as Diddy's doing, they're either breaking up their relationship or they're apologizing to their women, their girlfriends, their wives, and the women are kind of like, don't even think about it. You'll never do it again to me. Don't even think about it. There's a lot of changes that's happening right now in many households, in many relationships. Women are speaking up and speaking out. And it's like, don't even think about it. Don't touch me. Don't grab me. Don't look at my daughter wrong. Many people are right now feeling away, which is a good thing. I'm not certain if any more videos are going to come out. If you're just not coming in, please like the video. It's being reported that CNN released this video, and that's how many people saw it yesterday. Many people were covering this. Diddy is not the only one that looks bad. He's making his children look bad. And poor Cassie, I can only imagine she's going to have to live through this for the next 2 or 3 years. But thanks for being here, everyone. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, and have a great Saturday. Many blessings to all. Goodbye.